Happy Friday, 7th graders. Let's move on to volume, which is significantly easier than surface area. There's just one formula, and you can find them here on your reference sheet. It's length times width times height, or the area of the base times the height. Let's get it. Always want to copy down your formula for volume, so that's going to be length times width times height. So first, identify your length as the longest side, your width, and your height is how tall the prism is. 10 times 5 times 7 gives us 350 centimeters cubed. Volume is if you were to take this three-dimensional object and completely fill it up to the brim. So that's everything inside. On Classic or on the quiz or test, you might see it as cubed with the 3 as an exponent, or you might see cubic centimeters. All right, let's move on to the next one. Always copy down your formula and then identify your length, width, and your height. So for this one, length is always going to be the longest one, and then I can just really go in any order that I want. I'm just going to pick 10 to be my width, and my height's just going to be whatever I didn't use, which would be 4. In this situation, it really doesn't matter, as long as when you multiply, you make sure you have the correct unit, which is cubic feet. All right, let's move on to volume of a triangular prism. For volume of a triangular prism, we're going to use the area of the base times the height formula, which is like length times width times height, except now our base is a triangle. So the area of the base for a triangular prism is the area of the triangle, and then the height is going to be the distance between the two triangles. So big B is the area of the base. So first, we're going to need to know what that is for a triangle. You're going to see 2 letter H's here. One represents the height of the triangle, which is this red dotted line here, which we're going to make orange, which is 1.9. And then the red line here, 6 meters, is the height of the actual prism. The base of the triangle is going to be this distance here that runs perpendicular to the height, which is going to be 7. And the height, as we said before, was 1.9. And the height of the prism itself is going to be 6. So I know I'm going back and forth between the dot and the x, but I want to be consistent. This is all being multiplied together to find the volume. The trickiest part here is making sure you know which part is which. 1/2 times 7 times 1.9 times 6 is going to give you the volume of this triangular prism. Find the area of the base first, which is 6.65, and then multiply it by 6. You'll get a final answer of 39.9 meters cubed, or cubic meters. And the final problem that you need to know how to solve is composite volume. How do we figure out the volume of this shape that's composed of a triangular prism and a rectangular prism? Well, we break it down into the volume of both using the respective formulas. We know that triangular prism volume is big B times little a. So big B is going to be the area of this triangle, which has a base of 6 and a height of 4. And we do 1/2 base times height. So all of these are being multiplied together. So we get 12 for the area of the base. Then we're going to multiply that by the height, which is this distance between the two triangles of 6. And 12 times 6 is 72, so that's the volume of the top. Now let's find the volume of the rectangular prism using length times width times height. Length is going to be 12, width is going to be 6, and height is going to be 4, as long as we use each one of those different numbers. 12 times 6 times 4 is 288 feet cubed. And unlike surface area, when we find the total volume, all we have to do is find the sum, which is 360 feet cubed, and there's no overlap because you're just filling this whole thing up for volume. All right, 7th graders, reach out if you have questions. Good luck on your independent practice.